Hello all, Havoc here. Let's get ready to play some Space Engineers. Okay, so our last episode, we fell through the planet while we were collecting ice, and then you guys were talking about, hey, you should use Space Master to teleport. I totally didn't even think about that because I was really screwed up how that all went down. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that real quick and show you guys how you can go about doing that, and we're going to collect some ice while we're there and get this thing flying in this episode. So goal in this episode is get this thing to at least get flight. So hit all out of 10. You go into creative mode. I believe you need to be in the creative mode. I'm not quite sure. Yeah. So, and then you hit F8. That puts you in spectator mode. And so that's us over there. Yay. Hey, how's it going, dude? All right. So that's us. And then we fly across the scenery. Wow, this is going to take forever. Oh. Okay, so you can use your mouse wheel to go faster. I did not know that. So now we know. So where's our tadpole? Wow, he's tiny. Alright, so then we come over here and we get close. Not that close. So we'll get close to the surface. And then you hit Control and space bar, and you'll drop a character out. See? And there he is. And then you hit, I believe, F6, and then we're back into here. So Alt F10, we'll turn this back off. Let's go collect some ice. Actually, let's go collect our ship. Let's not fall. No way. I am so glad I had some hydrogen in my tank. I was not going to go 2 for 2 on that one. Oh man, that really would have sucked. All right. So let's grab some more ice, and then we're going to head back. That was unbelievably close. All right, and good enough. There's some inside the cockpit here. I put some in here too, so. Alright, so parking brake off. And we'll head back to base. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and cut away, and on the other side of the cut, we'll be at the base putting fuel into, or ice into the oxygen generator. So see you on the other side of the cut. Alright, so we're back. We're landing now. Parked. And so let's go ahead and throw in, I think we just throw it in right here. Helps if I could type. Alright, so that's processing. So if we go OK, let's go actually go back and look at control panel. Tank, hydrogen tank. I only have one. I forgot to replace the other ones. Well, in theory, that's going to be fine because it's still a storage tank. We just don't have as much storage. We'll leave this ice in here for now. Actually, we're going to disembark this guy from here because I don't want something to go sideways with the mobile base and end up screwing up our tadpole because he's right now one of our only scout ships. So as I slam it on the deck. That's funny. Alright, so hydrogen's being made. I missed the jump. Fantastic. Alright, so let's climb in this chair. Alright, so hydrogen. We're up to 2% almost already. So I say we give it a go and see what happens. So we're going to turn, let's go give it a wider view. We're going to hit number 9, turn all of our thrusters back on. Okay, we have flight. Let's go ahead and check what our batteries are doing. Well, that didn't go as planned. I have no idea why it even did that while I went in the menu. So, mental note, don't do that while you're in a menu. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to rock this back so we can repair that corner. Oh, that was not intentional. And more damage just ensues. Well, looks like I got some repair work ahead of me. Alright, so our next video is going to be me changing this thing up yet again, because this is obviously not working. This is obviously a poor design. Oh man, that sucks. It's just too fragile. I'm going to make something a little bit more compact, a little bit more solid. Probably think I'm going to go something similar to how we had the turret setup, about having, you know, all the components all compiled together, and then we'll just do a series of landing gears and stuff down below it. We'll basically take all of these components, stack them on top of the landing, or on top of these batteries, because again, I don't want to lose this power, because I don't have the resources right now to remake these. I could go get the resources. We have... That's true, we can't do that. Super frustrating. All this effort to make this, and it just isn't working. Okay, and we're back. So, yeah, I just think that this is, I mean, it's starting to look pretty cool, but I think it's less functional than I was hoping for. I think it's just too fragile with these lighter blocks in the corners, because, I mean, look how far back into the corner it broke. Super frustrating. Alright, let's take a look how much hydrogen we are making. Control panel. There we go. Tanks. And we used about 1% to do all that. And we used up all the ice already? Really? Yeah, all the ice is gone. So 4,000 ice got us 1% of flight. So, yeah. Something we're definitely going to have to work on and see about changing up, because hydrogen is not going to be the way to go, at least for this. Well, I think what we might want to do is get a base where the refinery is there, the power plant and battery is there, like the refinery assembler and power plant is there, and then we'll put couplers on one end and on the other end, and we'll get someplace, let's say it like this, and have cargo containers set up to where that's not a part of the weight, so we can bring it, dock it, and it'll basically just be like a manufacturing facility, and it will take input from the harvesters or whatever on one side, process it all, and spit it out into containers on the other side. Something similar to how this is set up. I think it's a much better option. We can take some basic supplies with us on our move towards base 2, and I think that'll be a much simpler, more efficient plan. So I'm going to tear this down, get it down to the batteries. I mean, look how close we got to hitting these containers. I mean, there are so much supplies in these containers. I think 2 of them are full. Or pretty damn close to full. So what I'm going to do is tear this thing down. And going to start rebuilding. I'm going to build a smaller, more confined craft. And I think, like I said, just like a cigar box size thing where it's just, the bare necessities of what it needs to process. And once it sets down, it can produce what it needs to make the expanded base and then pick up and move on. So I think I'm liking that idea better. And then, because like this place here is functional. I mean, we have an assembler, we have a refinery, and we have power and storage. We don't need anything else here. So, oh, one thing I did want to look at doing. Production. I always forget to do this every episode, is make better equipment. Oh, another thing I've been trying to bring about. I can't remember whose video I watched. I watched somebody else do this, and I wish I remembered who it was so I can give them credit for it. But basically what they did was they took everything they had and broke it back down into its base components. And then they were able to build exactly what they needed instead of having like an overabundance of, like, say, thruster components we're not needing right now. So they went back to all of their base components and they were able to build exactly what they need. So I'm going to look at probably doing something similar to that also going forward, because the complexity of different components is getting more and more diverse. So I think that's going to help out in the long run. So, but I do want to make the better welder and grinder for sure, because it's just going to speed things up. So let's go back in here. So we need, for the tier 2, basically we just need silver. So we come over here, what uses silver? This is always the fun part of the game, is trying to figure out which components actually used. Oh, I think it's reactor components, isn't it? Yes. And I think we have some left over from when we were putting the big reactor on. They're over in this guy. So we'll get those, and we'll make ourselves a tier 3 welder and a tier 3 grinder and show you guys the difference. Yes. Take all of those. Whoa. Smacked our shins. Alright, so assembler. Whoops, I wanted it here. Production, disassembling. So that'll be all 90 of those are going to get sucked back in, because that's where all our silver that we had went into making all of these. Alright, so then we can go back to assembly. Actually, disassemble that. Assembly here. Oh, we need platinum for the top tier. So we want that, and we want that. I may as well make that and one of those in the process. Okay, so let's go back to inventory. And we'll get rid of this. Whoops, no, okay. Alright, so let's go to G. Alright, so in the G menu, character tools, we're going to get rid of both of those. I'm going to put that in and that in. Alright. They're purple. Alright. Okay, so this is our yellow grinder, standard default one. And here is the tier 3 grinder. Done. Damn near instantaneous. That's pretty freaking cool. So the big difference is on the welders, so check this out. That just saved our life by having that instant grinding. That block was going to crush us. Okay. That's some quick cleanup. Alright, so that shows you how quick it tears it apart. Now let's see the difference of putting it together. So that's that welder. One more. So check this out. It's like instantaneously built. Look at that, just. I saw SK Drake today on his channel. He put a small strip together, just like, because you got to think it's only one piece of steel. Just like, you just run across it and the panels just get welded together. It's pretty awesome. All right, so now we got these new toys for dismantling and building. I'm going to use these to evil wrongdoings, and I'm going to tear this apart, build something else next to it, and, well, actually I have to build it right where it is because of the batteries, but you guys get the gist. So we're going to wrap up the episode here with another fantastic fail. All right, so this is Havoc. Have fun and keep gaming.